See, he's a machine. I didn't even plan that.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm crazy.
Man, you're like good at this.
I'm good at this. People say I'm not good at this. I'm a little bit okay at this.
Yeah, for sure.
Better than your average bear, for sure.
Right now, Raydish on the Red Raptor on Apocalypse. With the boots online to start it off here, the side air catches the jump from Anonymous Alex, who, I mean, playing that very consistent Taros game plan of, I just need to hit you a couple times, open neutral, and get those 1-2s, and eventually you'll just get KO'd by anything. And right now it's been working in order to keep Raydish that slightly above in damage. Raydish with the boots online right now, the string heavy weapon, we've been seeing it. It's a side light there. Goes to the neutral light to catch a dodge in place, doesn't find it there, and Anonymous Alex actually reversals in a great way. And Raydish in a bad spot actually covers the nair, or the dodge in with nair instead of side air, because side air potentially could have whiffed there. Anonymous Alex playing with a lot of discipline and patience right now, catching the side stick off the stage and taps it in with the gravity cancel down light into forward air version. Side air, sorry.
Oh, this guy, he said it, Jack, get him!
No, they got me.
Jack Clement, put it on Twitter, cancel him! Cancel him right now for saying forward air!
These dang Smash commentators. But yeah, I mean, right now, Alex playing very, very disciplined.
Yeah, his hammer's fantastic so far. Yeah. It's not the same, like, swaggy hammer that we know from, like, kind of, but yeah, discipline is, like, I think it's, like, not even a euphemism. That's the right way to categorize this.
Yeah. Waiting a lot of times as well. Like, Raydish will whiff a move or make a slight mistake, and Anonymous Alex will wait that extra step and wait and see, okay, what are you going to do? Are you going to burn an extra resource to make this easier on me? And that's exactly what's been happening. You see that wait there and covers the dodge in with a downlight attempt, and these little optimizations where you're just playing that 1/2 step behind so you can react to Raydish is going to be so important versus somebody with such high speed that Raydish can bring to the table.
We're on the precipice of a 2-stock lead for Alex. Neutral light should do it. Yes, it does.
What is going on in these game ones?
Dude, I don't know. First it was Bunny versus Sandstorm. Now it's Alex versus Raydish.
The energy is big for the upset factor.
It's like they heard us say that like NA was consistent, and they were like,
Raydish gets a KO there off the side on the Red Raptor and gets a nice little weapon starve here as Anonymous Alex waits to see what the weapon. I'm not sure what. Okay, the hammer. Yeah, the hammer I feel like has been the star of the show right now. The axe is a great damage building tool and has very good anti-airs, but hammer's been tapping in those KOs, so it's good to see Anonymous Alex and see what the attempt is to build the damage on the hammer.
And we talk about, with like Guichabu, like knowing a legend so well. He not only knows Taros so well, but like we're seeing solid hammer chops right here. We're seeing him go for the stomp side airs when he should be going for the side airs. We see him go for the neutral airs and hitting like the back side of it, knowing exactly where all of the hitboxes are for it. He's not like overly reliant on a D-light or any like cheesy type of playstyle whatsoever. It's just, it's very disciplined, like you said. It's very tactical. It's like he knows the ins and the outs of hammer very, very well.
Nice
movement. He's gotten away from 2 of those so far.
It is a really fun sig to let rip, though.
Very good.
It's great. It feels good when it hits. It does a lot. Great dodge there and punishes with the gravity cancel side sig on Taros. Hammer, very scary. The slide off neutral sig and the tap in on Raydish to punish that aggression is going to lead a 1-stock apiece situation. And we've seen Raydish on the Red Raptor, especially on Apocalypse, find some insane 0 to KO. So we'll see if we can find one here, or if Anonymous Alex will go 1-0 in the set.
There's the neutral light as Raydish takes away that weapon spawn from Alex. He's moving over to the soft platform, really waiting for a weapon spawn, but he goes to the middle of the stage. Raydish grabs the orb. He's still hunting for it. This time he goes to the soft platform. He grabs it, stomp side air. Easy cleanup, and the JV2 in game 1 for Anonymous Alex.
Wow, the discipline from Anonymous Alex to just show that, you know, you don't have to punish immediately. Well, there, you did find one there, but just waiting for Raydish to make the mistakes and has really been doing well. You saw a whiff sider there, didn't take space, but then waited for the landing and got the neutral light. Then again, catching the landing after the whiff, and that's going to be a very important motif. Not only for Alex to pick up on, but Raydish, who now has to mix up after whiffing a move, which is going to be equally as important. 591 damage on the side of Anonymous Alex. I mean, 37% accuracy on 68 moves is like less than 30 connections.
Yep.
And that's your game.
And 68 is like not a lot of attacks to even throw out. Like and that's the Taros factor.
Yeah.
It's the hammer factor. That's the axe factor as well. It's like he's not having to throw out 80, 90, mid 90s number of attacks
with like
to find
48% connection. It's just like literally less than 30 hits is leading to the games. right now.
That hurt. I really just understood the gravity of that. It's like less than 30 hits and he wins the game.
Yeah.
I don't like that, PJ.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me feel good, PJ.
It's a cursed thing knowing how percentages work, because sometimes you think about it, it's like, yeah, he did hit him like 26 times, and that's your game. And right now, that could definitely weigh against your mind if you're Raydish, who's been struggling to get not only a plethora of neutral openings, but connections in general. And it's not been working out. No long strings, no neutral openings, and Teros will win that game every time.
There's a big zoning jump side air that he threw out, hoping that as Raydish came towards him, he would end up falling into that. Raydish is starting to tear him up, though.
Yeah, this is what the Raydish we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
Gets the jump dash off into the down air to touch the wall and gets a little bounce there, and that catches the low hangs on the side of Anonymous Alex. And Raydish, this is the form we're used to seeing, a lot slower, not really pushing the docket and trying to get so into the face of Anonymous Alex, playing that patient, consistent game plan. And right now, Anonymous Alex has no answers to break the mold.
So keep in mind, this is a qualifier for our guaranteed top 3.
Yes.
Which Anonymous Alex has never achieved before. He has never stood on that podium. A victory here against Raydish would be the first time he has ever made it with a medal around his neck like that. Oh, he almost got the turnaround side air. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to do it. Now we're kind of seeing a complete 180 of the previous game. It's now Raydish who has the potential for a 2-stock lead on Alex.
Anonymous Alex chases down. Raydish is landing in the corner. The corner has not been a place of refuge for Raydish, where in some matchups you can get away with using that space right near the wall. Right now, Anonymous Alex is reading right through that option and just dashing up, getting those downlight stomps. Raydish with a big edge guard opportunity. Doesn't seem to want to push it too far, even versus Axe.
There's the recovery, not enough to KO off the top. Did have enough to send off the screen. Raydish actually backing up, hoping that Alex would recover high, maybe with the recovery over the corner with the attempt to throw out that like 360-degree hitbox. That did interrupt the recovery, but he did reset his jumps off of that. Again, the recovery is what he is hunting for here to take away Alex's second stock.
Raydish actually dropping that, getting a lot of mileage on the unarmed downlight. It's kind of interesting because the downlight on Orb doesn't do much for finding KOs, and while Boots does have a confirm into side air, it doesn't have a lot of horizontal gain, so the unarm actually works out very well in relation to the kit as an extra presence threat horizontally.
Yeah, it's like the greatest movement that comes from the Boots like left and right kit is when you do the active input on Boots side air to follow your opponent rather than just like hitting them with the greater force, kind of bouncing away from them.
Exactly.
So even that's only on hit.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, Raydish, I mean, so dominantly in the lead. The dodges through that Sig, reads right through it, and you're at the mercy of that Orb down air. Off, and there's the down Sig. Gravity cancel to tap that game in, and that's going to be Raydish with a big 2-stock in game number 2.
And that right there is an immensely powerful tool that Red Raptor has. Compared to a lot of other legends in this game, is like that giant bird foot coming through. You like move away from it even. You put even more space in between you and your opponent. And in those moments where you're almost out of jumps, where it's going to take like everything to get back, look how safe he is there.
Exactly.
Look how much room was between him and his opponent.
It's especially good in relation to the Orb kit, because down air, of course, is at an angle. And ground pound, if you dodge up into it, you just avoid the hitbox altogether. But the ground pound, like, self-spaces around that counterplay, and it pops you a little bit up, and you stop down, and then if it's just so good with Red Raptor. It's so strong.
Shout out to that bird and its big old foot.
Whether it's the neutral or the down Sig, I mean, that is such a hard thing to avoid.
All right, let's see what Alex got for us here in game 3. See if he can really start to adapt with his hammer the way that we saw Bunny do with her axe against Sandstorm earlier. Nice spot dodge into the punish there, using like the absolute maximum height of the D-Light to find the connection on the aerial opponent as Raydish went through him after that spot dodge. Oh yeah, baby, we might be in for a long one here.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, Anonymous Alex has the lead right now, but as soon as Raydish seizes some spatial control, it becomes very, very slow-paced, and I think that's something that Anonymous Alex has yet to prove that he can break through. I mean, he's been good at like overshooting downlights to cover the corner, but not so much in terms of like keeping control of the pace of the match. And right now, Raydish with that side stick we were talking about, first connection of the set leads into a KO.
Alex. He was even like very cautious to pick up the weapon. For good reason, apparently. All he needed was a single hit.
Yep.
Wasn't getting too hasty there. Wasn't letting the nerves that Raydish had even a tiny bit of a lead build up too much to make him move into a position where he was at disadvantage. Ooh, that interruption on the side air. Oh, it's like he wasn't ready for that to hit.
Yeah, that's a common thing with Taros players or Hammer players in general. It's like you don't believe in the downlight, and you drop confirms for that reason.
It's because it used to be like one of the best moves in the entire game, and then all of a sudden it was like not one of the best moves in the entire game. Not the worst move, but definitely not the best move anymore. And especially because like the last 2 times he's hit it against Raydish, Raydish has been aerial, and it doesn't have a very high aerial hitbox anymore. So I can understand in the moment being like, is it just high enough? I'm not sure. I'm just going to be safe here.
Yeah, dodge, especially versus Raydish, who's going to be very snappy at reversaling those situations. That side air sends off stage. Speaking of reversals, and Anonymous Alex actually scoops back to center. I like the attempt to get back quickly, as Raydish right now is looking to play around that boots in center stage and just try to regain some control, but that Terra side stick is a big punish.
That was a good punish there, rather than just like a side light or something small like that. Oh, that's going to be enough probably? Yes, it is. Raydish with a larger lead now as Anonymous Alex spawns in on his final stock this game compared to the first.
One of the buffs I think that we kind of forget about is that side air force increase on Orb, which just makes it so that, you know, it's 1 or 2 less confirms you need to get those KOs. Okay, little open up there, gets a side light.
This is looking rough.
Yeah, this is where when Orb starts stringing you, then it becomes very bad. Orb does tremendous amounts of damage. That way, and another gravity cancel downlight catches into the ground pound. Anonymous Alex able to make it back, and since Raydish doesn't want to get reversal by Hammer, respects the recovery and is looking very solidly here. Actually touched with that down air.
Now, unfortunately, Taros is not a very fast legend, or really fortunately for most of us out there, he is not a very fast legend, so he couldn't get over to like instantly throw out any threat on the right side edge guard as Raydish went under the stage. He's in a really tough spot here. He's very much in the red on this final stock. Raydish coming in fresh. Is he going to attempt the weapon starve? No.
Nice side air there, and just continues this edge guard, or kind of more so edge trapping. Alex gets back to the stage, but doesn't find any comfort. I mean, you're seeing the dodges come out quite a bit to just avoid Raydish. And right now, Raydish is just cool, calm, and collected, willing to take these 1-2 hits. And finally, a side air catches a jump in an attempt to escape the pressure. Raydish did not swing for like 15 seconds there, just saying like, I'm just going to wait until you make the mistake and capitalize it on it there with that side air.
He knew that like in that moment, there was very little that Alex could do to threaten his stock and therefore threaten the end result of the game.
Yeah.
So he just had to relax and find his moment for the stray hit. Didn't even need the side light setup.
Nope.
All he needed was that single sider. He had to find his one stray hit that was a KO move in the right spot. But it wasn't even like there's just one spot that you can find it and it's going to be the KO. Like, no, he felt safe in that moment, and there was very little that Alex could do to threaten the overall game state.
When you have a move that's so centralizing to find KOs, like, you know, side light Sarah on Orb, it could do 2 things for your mental. It could either make you hyper fixate on hitting it and stress yourself out, like, I need the side air, I need the side light, or it gives you calm and like, I just need to hit one more side light or one more Sarah. And I think Raydish definitely finds the calm in that. Ooh, that's so much damage to go for that combo.
The Orb's really coming alive here.
Yeah. And that's the weapon you don't want to come to life. The boots, I mean, obviously very threatening versus Raydish, but I think something that Raydish brings to the table is the output of damage on the Orb. Right now it's been an all Orb stock. Anonymous Alex switching over to the hammer. Nope, just switches back to the axe. Just want to put a weapon out there and goes for a big neutral stick read on a dodge in. Raydish not giving it to him quickly. Nice dodge there, but catches the subsequent button with the side light into Sarah. Raydish looking very solidly here. I mean, you're at high damage, and Taros just needs that one big hit, but Raydish, you know, he's been holding on to these stocks and getting a lot of extra credit.
That one big hit is definitely not the axe down sig. He's now thrown that out 2 times, I believe, so far in this set. Once was this game, and then once was in the previous game. Neither one made a connection. So maybe he needs to relax on that a little bit. Maybe not take it completely away from his play style, but maybe do it when he's a little bit more confident, like he did with the side sig punish on the GC side sig that Raydish went through him.
Yeah.
That was a more confident moment where he could throw out a signature. Save the D-Sync for those moments until you really feel more comfortable with how to find a connection, because he's evened it up so far, but like we know what Raydish's Orb can do. The zoning game that he has with this Orb is so strong.
Nice side air there to punish Anonymous Alex. Once again, just trying to land versus Raydish or contend in the air on Axe, and it just hasn't been working out. Only really when Alex has been juggling another side stick whiffs though, and Raydish gets so much damage and positioning. Nice dodge through for Anonymous Alex, though, only taking the damage and not losing the stock. Fortunately for him, the down air comes in to contest Raydish, trying to anti-air and gets the cross through there, doesn't find the neutral sig, and punishes it accordingly. That's the sig you were talking about. More confidence, more guaranteed sig connections.
His reaction punish signatures have been much better than his read signatures.
Yeah. Got to rely on that reaction, especially when in these high-stake moments, you have to believe in yourself to do that subconsciously. And right now, Anonymous Alex has been finding those reactions.
Dude, if Alex goes to Game 5 against Raydish, just like Bunny went to Game 5 against Sandstorm, that'd be wild here today. The bounce off the wall, it's too strong. Raydish is going to take away that second stock, but Alex still in the lead. Probably 50 to 60 damage in the lead here. Is he going to be able to grab this weapon? Yes, very quickly. He throws it away, but it doesn't make a connection, and Raydish finds a 4, 5, 6, 7. Was that 8?
That is not okay on Orb. It does so much damage. Raydish is stringing Alex along for the ride, and Alex has to find some control and does on the Axe. Misses the nair there, and that's going to give Raydish a side light. Snare punish and catches the landing, and Raydish moves on 3-1.
That is so tough to watch because the comeback potential was really there. It was back and forth between those two at the end because, like, as you saw, it was like 2 hits from Alex, and that was a color change onto Raydish. All you need 2 more hits, that's another color change. 2 more hits, that's 1 more color change.